to another sale again.
It wouldn't do any good. I'm too cheap to keep it.
They're so dehydrating. I do nothing but drink water for days after one of these binges.
Oh, boy. Art.
Ladies?
Can we do something for you?
Yes. You can get off my bench.
What makes you think this is your bench?
It is mine simply because the park is mine.
The city owns the park.
Not anymore. I bought it this morning.
You know something. I do not believe one word you say.
And you know something. I don't care what you believe.
You're very rude.
I am not rude. I am Nelson B. Lowell.
Katy, he's one of the richest men in the world.
The richest.
That still does not excuse rudeness.
Nobody ever talks to me that way.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Lowell.
Now,
Knowing your bad manners are showing again, it is not polite to interrupt.
No, but
now
I was
let
just...
me finish. If you had all the money in the world, you would still not be a gentleman. When you ask, or rather order, 3 young ladies to get up so you can sit down, it means that you are highly ill-mannered and thoughtless. Jag blir inte imponerad alls av era pengar. Det gör mig ingenting. Det är verkligen inte klokt.
Have you finished?
Ja, for the moment.
Good. Because I wouldn't want to interrupt to tell you that you are magnificent.
Beg your pardon.
I haven't finished. Young woman, are you employed?
Yeah, I work for Congressman Morley, Glenn Morley. I'm the governess.
Ah, yes, Miss Holstein.
Holström. How did you know that?
Well, I make a great deal of money by knowing all sorts of things, and you do have a reputation, Miss Holstrom.
Maybe you better explain just what you mean by that.
She knows what's going on, and everybody likes her.
All true.
Yes, you would make the perfect social secretary for me because, you see, nobody likes me. Yes. Yes, you are it. Now, ladies, enjoy the bench. But don't scratch it. Oh, yes, my attorney will be in touch.
You don't suppose he's serious?
If he is, make way for Cinderella Holstrom. Perhaps it would be wise to lay in a supply of pumpkins.
I'm Mr. Levinson.
I'm sorry, have we...
No, we haven't. I'm a member of Mr. Lowell's legal staff.
Mr. Nelson B. Lowell?
Is there any other? May I come in?
Oh, yes, of course.
I've come with regard to Miss Holstrom. Mr. Lowell met her in the park today.
Yes, so she told me. I'm afraid that Miss Holstrom has retired for the night.
No? Well, then please convey this message first thing in the morning. Mr. Lowell will employ her as his social secretary.
Oh, he will he?
The starting salary is $300 a week.
You mean a month?
A week. She's to leave for Sicily on the 8th.
Well, he can't order people around like that. Who does he think he is?
He knows who he is. Nelson B. Lowell. He's been ordering people around all his life.
He's not going to order Katy around.
Miss Holstrom will be in his suite at the Webster Hotel tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock to meet the rest of the staff.
And if she declines?
Mr. Lowell is very persistent once he sets his mind on something. Her Christmas bonus in advance.
You don't see many of these around.
That depends on where around is, Mr. Morley. Tell Miss Holstrom she can redeem the other half at the hotel tomorrow. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Levinson. And the salary is $300.
Oh.
Oh, a week.
Det kan inte vara sant.
Yipes. That's 300 times 52 weeks in the year. That comes out to $15,600. Wow.
Arrived at by the new math or counting on your fingers. That is a lot of money.
May I remind you all that there are things in this world of more value than money.
Yeah, but $15,600.
Wow.
You can say that again.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Don't forget the part about Sicily.
What about Sicily?
Well, he's leaving for there on the 8th. Not much notice.
I hear Sicily's a beautiful place.
He has a villa at Taormina with the most wonderful view of the Mediterranean.
Where all those deported gangsters live?
Dreadful place.
Morley residence. Oh, hello, Margot. No, I'm just having breakfast.
I don't particularly care for those
What
two
sort of
friends
lady
of
of leisure
Katy's.
do you think I am?
Oh, Hank's a very nice girl.
They're always giving me dirty looks. I can't think why.
I can.
Mr. Lowell's attorney was here last night.
Katy, how fabulous. You were right. He was for real. Crazy. Now we've got to get to work on her.
Katy, Charlotte and I are taking you to lunch to hear all about it, and we won't take no for an answer. There's a place on 6th Street near the park called the Savoy. We'll meet you there at 12:30. Oh, and wear gloves. It's that sort of place. Bye. How long has Mr. Morley been a widower, Katy?
Well, 6 or 7 years.
Chances of a widower of 7 years remarrying are only 1 in 25.
Now, Margot.
And if he has children, the prospects zoom down to 1 in 52. And if they're boys, it's even grimmer.
Well, you two are just full of cheerful thoughts.
Has it ever occurred to you that you may have outlived your usefulness to the Morleys?
That is a terrible thing to say.
Well, with the boys in school all day, there isn't an awful lot for you to do, is there?
There is enough. Maybe Mr. Morley would like to let you go, but he just doesn't know how to tell you.
Is there a Miss Holstrom at this table?
Yeah, I'm Miss
A
Holstrom.
telephone call for you.
Oh, thank you. I wish someone would call me at a restaurant sometime. It's so grand. Hello?
Miss Holstrom, this is Mr. Levinson of Mr. Lowell's legal staff.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Levinson? Mr. Morley gave me your message this morning.
There has been one change in it, Miss Holstrom. Mr. Lowell would like you here at 4 instead of 5 this afternoon.
He wants to see you at 4 instead of 5. Mr. Levinson, I'm afraid you will have to tell Mr. Lowell I need more time before making such a big decision.
She needs more time to decide.
She doesn't need more time. She needs more convincing.
Yes, sir.
I'll take care of this myself.
Yes, sir. Mr. Lowell will be in touch with you, Miss Holstrom. Of that you may be sure. Goodbye.
Well, what's happening? She takes it. She takes it not. She takes it. She takes it. She takes it. I hope that daisy's rigged. Not. She takes it. She takes it. She takes it.
Good afternoon, Miss Holstrom.
Mr. Lowell.
I thought I would personally acquaint you with some of the fringe benefits of being my social secretary. Come in, Colette. Your personal maid, Colette.
Him.
She will be at your disposal as long as you are in my employ. Come in, Giles. Your personal chauffeur, Giles. Oh, you will have the use of the limousine.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Every word.
Mr. Lowell, may I introduce myself?
Yes, I know who you are, Congressman. I'm very happy to meet you. The wardrobe. And here we have the Dior's, the Balenciagas, and the Givenchy.
Givenchy. The alles vermisst. Oh, my dear. Isn't it glorious?
Mother. Mr. Lowell, if I
One
may...
minute, Mr. Morley. I haven't quite finished. Now, I've decided that your salary will be $500 a week, and here's the first month in advance.
$500 a week?
Now, Katy, don't do anything rash.
On the contrary, It would be rash to refuse, and quite useless. Once I set my mind, it is...
Katy, here's what I think you should do.
Miss Holstrom, I can assure you...
I will tell you all what I'm going to do. I'm going to go upstairs, and I'm going to sit down quietly and think. Excuse me?
And that gentleman seems to leave the issue right up in the air.
Katy's got a good head on her shoulders. She'll do the right thing. You can count on it.
I am counting on it, Mr. Morley. You see, I've already booked her flight to Sicily. The entire staff will be awaiting her arrival. Good day.
Morley Restaurant. Hello, Charlotte.
We can't stand the suspense. What's going on?
I'm thinking.
She's thinking. What kind of a silly way is that to reach a decision?
He's being very persuasive. A personal maid, a chauffeur, $500 a week, a wardrobe by Dior, Balenciaga, Givenchy, and the use of the limousine.
Excuse me, it's time to faint. What'd you just say to her? Well, Katy's just stark raving mad, that's all there is to it. The man with the straitjacket will be there real soon, Katy. You just sit tight.
If you'd care to be serious for a moment, I'll tell you what I've decided.
It's the moment of truth.
The place I really want to be is here. And perhaps you were right when you said Mr. Morley keeps me on only out of kindness. It is possible.
Very possible. Go on.
This job of Mr. Lowell's could be the graceful way out for Mr. Morley. So, I've decided that I shall only stay here if he asks me to. Goodbye.
And so, boys, I have decided that your grandmother is right. The life that Mr. Lowell can offer Katy is simply fabulous. I have nothing comparable to offer.
But we love her.
Yeah, isn't that worth something? You're always saying how there are lots of things more important than money. Isn't that one of them?
Of course it is, Steve. But Mr. Lowell's offering Katy more than just money. He's offering her a wonderful, exciting new life, a grand adventure.
So, we are agreed. No one is going to try and influence Katy in any way, right?
I just hope I don't drop any hints by mistake.
If you do, it might result in the loss of a week's allowance. Katy, let me take that for you.
Thank you, Mr. Morley. Stephen, this is for your grandmother.
Okay.
Well, has anyone made any important decisions lately?
No.
Well, take your time. It is important.
Well, the important thing is a person likes to know she's needed.
Of course. We all like to know that.
Apparently, Mr. Lowell is in great need of a secretary. As I understand it, he needs someone to sort of manage his social life. He seems to feel he must have me.
Yes, I'm sure he does.
It would be a job where a person is really needed. And that is important. To be needed, I mean.
I can see why you'd feel that way.
Well, since it is so important to be needed, and since Mr. Lowell truly does need me,
about decided to take the job. I'll go upstairs and start packing my things.
Do you know what we just did? By not saying anything, we actually kicked her out.
It's quite possible that Katy is doing exactly what she wants to do. Has that occurred to you?
No.
Well, maybe it will when you're older.
Then again, maybe I am old enough. Can we go to your den?
Oh, son, is that necessary now?
I think so.
All right, Steve.
Excuse us. Sit down, Dad.
Thank you, Steve.
Dad, we've had a lot of good talks together, haven't we?
We certainly have.
And, well, you've always given me swell advice.
Thanks, Steve. I do my best.
Well, I want to return the favor of all the swell advice you've given me in the past.
All right, son. I'm all ears.
I hope you don't think I'm being smart alecky or anything, because, well, it's really for your own good.
No. I understand.
Good. Now, Katy's much more than just a governess, wouldn't you say?
I would.
A lot more, wouldn't you say?
Yes, a lot more.
And we need her around here, don't we?
Well, yes, but you see, the problem...
Grandma and Danny and I love Katy. Do you?
Well,
Grandma says you do.
Just between us, your grandmother's right.
Well, then there's something I don't understand. If we love her and we need her, why can't we tell her?
Well, because we, that is your grandmother and I, felt that we had no right to influence Katy.
Well, gee, Dad, if people who love you have no right to influence you, who does? Perfect strangers like Mr. Lowell?
Steve, I think that's about the best advice I've heard from anyone. Thank you.
You're welcome, Dad.
And the thing to do with good advice is to act on it, which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Come in.
To ensure privacy.
Oh.
You're familiar with the saying, out of the mouths of babes?
Come words of wisdom?
Right. Steve has just demonstrated that rather well.
How did he do that?
Oh, by pointing out the virtue of saying what is what. Shall we give it a try?
If you like.
The rules are that you must say exactly what is what. I'll ask the first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you really want to leave us and take that job.
Well,
Wait. Remember the rules.
No, I don't really want to leave.
Now you get to ask me a question.
Do you want me to?
No,
Then why, when I gave you every opportunity?
because I didn't think I had the right to influence you.
Oh, Mr. Morley, influence me. Please influence me.
That's just about what Stephen suggested.
Mr. Morley,
Yes?
you can be very influential when you put your mind to